It's Kash Kyla, and I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard, and I'm busting.
If 50 Cent wasn't making TV shows, these niggas wouldn't know how to be gangster. Free all of my niggas who locked in them chains, and free all of my niggas with blocks on their Yankees.
All right, today we got Kash Kyla jumping off the porch with us today.
How y'all doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
For sure. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. It took a long time to get here.
But you here now though?
Yeah, exactly.
For sure, for sure. We appreciate having you today on the porch with us
Thank
today.
you.
So how you feeling in Atlanta? How's it feel to be out here in the A?
It feel good. I know I need to be down here more, but it feel good. I love Atlanta though.
Why you feel you need to be down here more?
Cause this where it's at. You know this where it's at. It's busting down here. Definitely, it's more stuff to do and like, you know, more people down here. It's more to get done.
So how would you compare it back home to Charlotte?
Atlanta to Charlotte. I really feel like people say this a lot. You might not have heard it, but they say Charlotte is like a mini Atlanta.
Yeah, I keep hearing that often.
Yeah, but it's like we got stuff to do, but it's like I've been there all my life, so it's like I done did, like, you know what I'm saying? Like my city behind me, so it's like it's time to like spread out. So it's just stuff that I don't know. That's what's going on down here.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Yeah.
So oftentimes we hear the male perspective of what's going on out there in Charlotte. So as a woman, how would you know what I'm saying, describe your experience coming up and, you know what I'm saying, living in Charlotte?
My experience? Coming up in Charlotte, I feel like I got a good experience. Because we don't have a lot of female, we got a lot of female rappers, but we don't have a lot of female, you know what I'm saying, from Charlotte. Like in North Carolina, we got a lot of female rappers, but in Charlotte, it's like real scarce. So when I came out, and you know what I'm saying, and I do what I do and how I do it, I get a lot of support from my city. Like my city, like a lot of people don't get their city behind them. So for my city to like, before I even, like when I wasn't taking rap serious, like motherfuckers I don't even know, like they'll see me out in public, like, what's up, Cash? We like you in the next video. I'm like, okay, like, I mean, we'll get it in since y'all want the next video, but growing up in Charlotte as a female rapper, I get a lot of love, a lot of support. So I love my city for that. I love them because a lot of people don't get that. A lot of people do not get that.
So how does it feel to know that, you know what I'm saying, not even your city, but you get a lot of support, you know what I'm saying, what you said, doing what you're doing when you do it?
Yeah, I do it, yeah.
So how would you know what I'm saying, how does it make you feel to know that people, you know what I'm saying, love what you do?
It make me feel like, sometimes I don't know how to feel, like, it make me feel good though, like, when you know what I'm saying, like, it make me feel like sometimes too good. Cause I'm like, I'm not used to that. Like, I used to be scared to rap. Like, I used to think I couldn't do it. So like, people telling me like, oh girl, we love you. Like, oh my God, like it's crazy. Like when I did my first song, Poppin, like all these people from like fucking New York. Like Atlanta's actually my biggest like audience, and then it's Charlotte, which is like, that's like crazy as fuck. But yes, like, there's people knowing me, like that's so crazy. When I was on TikTok live the other day, and some girl, she was like, yeah, I forgot what I want to say Amsterdam. I'm like, bitch. Like, bitch, I thought that was a liquor. Like, bitch, you talking about you from Amsterdam, but it feel good. It feel good.
That's for sure. So.
Sometimes it feels too good.
So how would you describe your upbringing in your childhood?
My upbringing, well, I would say I had a good upbringing. Like, I had a good upbringing. My mama did her best. Like, my mama is very hard working. My mama definitely put on for us. Like, you know, we couldn't get the Jordans every week they dropped, but my mama made sure she made shit happen. Like, she made shit happen. So that's really where I get like that fire from, because my mama really made sure shit happen. Like, we ain't never had to go with the lights off. We ain't never get put out. Like, we couldn't get every shoe. Like, you know, growing up when you was a kid, you see everybody with all the new shoes on. You like, damn, bro, like, what the fuck going on?
Yeah.
But it's like, bitch, your light's not off, you ain't getting put out. Like, now I see, like, my mama did her best, and that's really, like, that meant more. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It means so much that she did.
You appreciate that shit, Mom.
Yeah, exactly. She put on.
That's real, that's real. So, when would you say you jumped off the porch?
When y'all say jumped off the porch, what y'all mean? Like, because bitches get up here and they say, oh, yeah, because I be fighting. Like, I wasn't, like, I'm not the fight. I never, like, I was not, what you mean? Let me ask you, what you mean when you say
so
jumped off the porch?
So when I say, what do you mean, like, when I say, like, when you would, when would you say you jumped off the porch? I'm basically saying, like, when would you say you experienced life for itself on your own? You know what I mean?
Okay, because I'm say I ain't never been to jail, so, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers say that means jumping off the porch. I ain't never been to jail. But I would say I jumped off the porch, I would say when I was 16, when I got my first car. I was working, that's when I really like, when I got my first car and I was like, okay, like, I used to have, my friends used to have to pick me up and shit. So I used to, I started walking, that's really when I jumped off the porch. When I used to go to work, at 6:30 to 2 p.m. And then I used to walk from one store on Clayton Road all the way to Woodline. And that's because I was trying to save money to get my car. I would walk from Clayton Road to Woodline, and I would work from 2 to 10. And I would be working 64 hours a week. And when I see my check, I was like, damn, I work 64 hours? Like, I didn't even realize I was working that much, but that's when I realized, like, I got this shit. Like, so I really, like, that's when I just started, like, I started going hard. Like, I'm like, okay, like, because, you know, it ain't too many bitches who gonna work 64 hours who gonna sweat their fucking hair out. But I was doing that shit, and I was like, that's when I'm just like, okay, like, if I can do this, I can do this. So that's when I started putting my money, like, into rap shit. I'm like, this shit worth it. I don't give a fuck. Look, 64 hours, whatever. Yeah. But I stopped doing that shit, though, eventually, because it took a toll on my back. But that's when I start, like, putting in that work, when I realized I could do it, and I actually saved up that money to get my first car. I just felt so good. So I'm like, I can do this shit. Yeah. Just get the fucking money, like, get the money.
That's real shit. So when would you say you decided, you know what, I'm gonna make music?
Make music. When I released my first song my senior year. I want to say we dropped it September 8th, if I'm not mistaken, of my senior year in high school, 2019. I was in a duo back then. We was called Too Raw, and my friend Ashawn, the realist, he rapped too. So we would freestyle in the car. Damn, it's a long story. So we was freestyling. We first started rapping, me and my best friend. We used to have a spam account, and we was rapping on. Our first time we rapped was to the City Girls Act Up Challenge, and it was just like we were just fucking around. We was in the back seat, high as fuck. Like we was just funny. Like it was funny, but we ate for real. So that's when people started asking, like, we got do another video. So we jumped on Tatiana, the Blueface, the challenge, and we did good. And we was like, okay, like this shit is fun now. So then that's when we did the Sex Talk Challenge by Megan Thee Stallion, and we got 10,000 views in 1 hour. And I remember I had to go to work after that. Like while the video was doing all these numbers, I had to go to work, and I'm like, y'all might not go to work. Like shit taking a turn. Like we got 10,000 views. Like who knows what's gonna happen next? So that's when we was like, okay, like y'all, we gotta come out with a song. So we dropped our first song called "Give Me That Bag." I remember the first day of school, our first day of senior year, we skipped school to go record it. And it was like, I'm like, damn, we ain't got no business in the studio. Like, but we skipped school to go record the song. And when we dropped the song, like we promoted it. Like when we was in school, we would be like at lunch, like standing up on the tables, like rapping the song and like telling people it's coming out, like just posting. And they was like, when the song coming out? So when we finally dropped the song, I want to say we dropped it that Saturday, and when we came to school on Monday, we had on matching shirts that said, "Give Me That Bag." The song was called "Give Me That Bag," matching shoes, matching pants, and everybody was just looking. And that shit was like we got so many people. Like we would take pictures of people. We'd see them walking down the hallway, and they had "Give Me That Bag" on their phone. Like they was listening to it, like, and the teachers was listening to it, and they was like, "Oh, we heard y'all song." So I'm like, okay, like, and that's when the city jumped on, and we held the twerk challenge for it. And our page ended up getting deleted because them bitches was going crazy. Like them bitches, you had bitches doing handstands, all kind of splits, like for real, like bitches was busting it open. And I'm like, okay, like y'all. And that's when we just, let's make music. This is when I knew it was for me.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So how did it make you feel to know that you was getting that type of support? You know what I'm saying? Like that's real shit, you know what I mean?
Yes, bro. It made me feel like oh my God, like, cause growing up, like I always wanted to rap. Like, cause like when Nicki Minaj came out, my whole shit shifted. Like she really like, it was Nicki. Like I used to get in trouble. Like I used to get written referrals. Like I used to go like detention, ISS, because Nicki Minaj my background, and it'd be her with her titties out and all kind of shit. Like they couldn't see that, but I'm like, this bitch look good. Y'all hate her. But this bitch, like for real, I used to get in trouble. I used to call my mama because I used to do it. I had pink bangs and everything, Barbie chain, Barbie earrings, all that. But whatever. So yeah, it's like, but growing up, I always thought like, I didn't know it was that accessible to actually be a rapper. I thought you had to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like you had to like come from somewhere, but I didn't know anybody could just come up doing this shit. So to actually see people behind me and they believed that I could do it before I did, it's just, especially my city, because so many people don't get support from the city. Like I love Charlotte so much. Like I would never turn my back on them, but they better not turn their back on me neither. But definitely they, yes, it just felt good. It felt good.
That's what's up. So what happened after, you know what I'm saying, the duo split? Like what made you and your best friend decide, you know what I'm saying, go our separate ways?
I wanted to do the music like she do all kind of shit. Like she just about her money, like I'm getting paid, like, yeah. But I was just really like more so, I'm ready to like, I put my last dollar in this shit, like, cause that I believed it so much, and I wanted to do like, I wanted to wake up, eat, sleep, and breathe. Like I wanted to do freestyles every week. I was on a schedule, like I'm writing verses, like type shit. And we were just on like, we wanted two different things. So I just took it like, I just turned into, I became Kash. I was already Kash Kyla in a duo, but that's when I'm like, okay, it's time for me to be Kash Kyla. So that's what we did. We split up, we talked about it. And yeah, and ever since then, that's when I dropped my first freestyle to, my first solo freestyle. It was to Gucci Mane's and Chief Keef Send Me On Them. I forgot who commented or something. It was somebody who was big in the city. I forgot who it was. But yes, they had liked it. And I was like, okay, bro, let's do it again. So we did it again. And I did my second freestyle to Do It. You know the song by Chloe and Halle? He love the way I do it. And I freestyled on that. Like, you know how that song is. It's an R&B song. But for me to get on there and I walk that bitch, that's when I'm like, okay, bro, like, I needed 60 seconds, like, because we used to split the freestyles, like, she get 30 seconds, I get 30 seconds. We used to switch, she go first, I go first. I'm like, I needed that 60 seconds, because I needed that 60 seconds. So it felt good. It felt good. I'm Cash now, yeah. Definitely.
So what do you feel like separates you from other female rappers?
Everything. Like, everything, like, everything. What separates me, well, I get this a lot, but people say I don't rap about my pussy, but it's like, it's coming. I just like, it's not like I'm not trying to, it's just like for real, it's not like I'm not trying to, but it's just like, I just don't feel like, I just get on there and I say what I have to say. Sometimes it just don't concern that. But people like that, sometimes it like piss me off and they be like, oh yeah, I love you because you don't rap out your pussy. I'm like, bitch, them the bitches who inspire me. Like the bitches who do that shit, them who turn me up, that's who I listen to, but that's just not how I come off when I rap. But I get that a lot, that I don't rap about my pussy a lot. My flow is, I don't name a bitch who can flow like me, and I mean that in the most humblest way. None of these bitches flow like me. None of them. Because I'm trying to think, like, I ain't met a bitch who could flow like me. But my flow is really one of my, that's one of my things that I take serious, my flow and my vocabulary. I make that a lot. Like, I got a dictionary app on my phone. I learn a new word every day. Because bitch, when you rhyme bitch and shit, I just feel like that's just so annoying. Like, I feel like, ugh. But anyway, yeah. I feel like I take it more serious. Like, and I write everything. Everything I spit is written because, like, I can freestyle, but I feel like when I freestyle, and I'm like, bro, this shit would have been like 2 times harder if I read. If I can even know that it could have been a little bit better, that's what it's gonna be. I'm gonna go write it. Like, I take it serious. I feel like I'm more passionate about it, if you get what I'm saying. Yeah. And I feel like one of my biggest things I take pride in is not capping too much neither. Because like some of these bitches, they be rapping, I don't believe shit they say. And that's why I don't listen to too many female rappers, because it's be like, shit, no, I don't believe you ain't do that. Like, you did not do that, bitch. But that's how it be. So I really try not to cap in my, like, you know, I might stretch the truth to like get a point across, but yeah. I'm not making up shit. I ain't shot nobody.
So who are the female rappers that you do listen to?
Female rappers I listen to, like in my playlist, Megan Thee Stallion, she just dropped last night. I listen to Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj, of course. City Girls, I love City Girls. I love City Girls. JT, like, I had the whole t-shirt, like, free JT. I was walking around school with it. Like, for real, free my bitch, for real. But City Girls, City Girls, Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj. I listen to Shot from the Tray. She from North Carolina. I love Shot from the Tray. Amaretta, I like Amaretta. I feel like we all know about Amaretta. I love Amaretta. Who else? I don't want to sleep on nobody. I listen to a few, but those are 5 I can think of in my head. Who else I listen to? I like this girl, Kenzo B from New York. You ever heard of Kenzo B? Mm-hmm. I like Kenzo B. She pop her shit. Definitely Kenzo B. But it's a lot of rap girls that I listen to. Like, you know, if a bitch got a hot song, I'm gonna listen to it. I'm not just gonna hate on no bitch, but it's like some bitches I wouldn't look for the next song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So would you say growing up in Charlotte, where, you know what I'm saying, the spotlight on y'all with artists thriving, like, you know, the Babies, 24 Vegas, would you say it's more pressure on you, or would you say it's easy to make it out the city?
Make it out. I feel like it's both. Like, I feel like it's a lot of pressure on me because I get compared to the Baby a lot. Am I talking too fast? Okay. Because I get compared to the Baby a lot, and like, I don't take offense. I hate when people compare me, but I don't take offense to him because, like, he rap for real. But definitely, I feel like it's a lot of pressure on me because it's like, Cash, if he did it, you could do it. Like, Charlotte is on the map now, so bitch, if you don't pop, it's because you ain't did something you supposed to do. But I feel like, and then it's easier too because it's like now, like, we got eyes on us, so it's like, we got eyes. Like the Baby, he'd comment and like my shit on my page. So it's like, oh, like when they see him tapping in, they're like, okay, let me see what the fuck is up. Like if you go look at my videos, everybody like, she signed to the Baby. She signed. I'm like, I don't know why everybody think I'm signed. People in the city think I'm signed too, but I'm not signed to the Baby. They think I am though. But yeah.
That's real spill though. Talk to us about the inspiration for your single Starz that got over 1 million streams. You know what I'm saying? You dropped it earlier this year. It's like, your story only get better. So let's talk about Starz, you know what I mean?
The inspiration behind that, I was pissed off the way I came up with it. It started off as a freestyle. I was really in my room. I think I was switching my room around that day, and I was just beating on the table. I couldn't move the dresser. The dresser was too fucking heavy. So I just started beating on it. That's what it was. And I started beating on the table, and I was like, 50 Cent. And I was pissed off at the time now. A nigga had pissed me off. So like, if 50 Cent wasn't making TV shows, these niggas wouldn't know how to be gangster. And then my mama was on an ankle bracelet, so I'm like, free all of my niggas who locked in them chains, free all of my niggas with all them with blocks on their ankles. And then it's this bitch. Only reason that bitch ain't get hit up because she was with her son, so that bitch better thank him. But if we catch her with her mama, fuck her mama, they get touched. Like, and that's just what it came. So I just had that first little like, that hook. And I just had it, and I was just thinking about it. I'm like, this shit is too hard. And I sat on it for a few days. I'm like, this shit too hard. Let me go see what Honcho. And I just had that like straight 808. So I took it to my producer Honcho, and I told him like, when we was making the beat, because that's what I do when I make music. I do, like, most of my beats come out of my head. I'm really like active when it comes to the producing part. But the beat was supposed to be just straight 808. But he was like, I got something. I said, like, add some guitars or some pianos on that shit, cause like it's too plain. Like I wanted to like, you know, I didn't want it to be too like underground, like get that vibe. I wanted it to be like, you know, a little bit commercial. So he was like, I got something, Cash, but don't judge me. Either gonna hit or miss. I said, just show me, like. So he put the keys on there, and I was like, shit sound weird. But then we would just listen to the beat, and I was in there like doing a little African dance, like being stupid. And so I hooked on it. So I took the beat home, and I just walked straight through it that whole night, and I was just talking shit. And I already knew when I said 50 Cent wasn't gonna make tickets, she be, damn. If I said if 50 Cent wasn't making TV shows, these niggas wouldn't know how to be gangster, I already knew it was gonna be called Starz. Cause that's like 50 Cent owns Starz, like basically. But yes, that's how it came about, child.
So there's a line in the song where you say, I just be minding my business, and I gotta hear that this hoe speaking my name.
I was minding my business. Like, okay, so story behind that, I was really minding my business, and I got a call from my best friend, and she was like, bitch. No, she was like, okay, so these two dudes, we was cool with these two dudes, like we never messed with them. Like, you know, we got dudes who we cool with. So we talking to them, she was like, bitch, they said they heard about you. I said, I said, like, when somebody said they heard about you, I'm like, oh no. Oh, yeah, I thought the worst. I'm like, oh my God, what they hear too, what they hear. So she was like, I'm gonna call you in a second. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm pacing back and forth. I'm like, what the fuck they hear? What they hear about me? I'm like, somebody done lied, who knows what the fuck? Like, so they was like, so we get on the phone with them, and they like, Cash, we heard you a freak. I said, what? I said, who said? I was automatically, when somebody say you a freak, I think eat ass. I'm like, bro, I ain't ate nobody ass. What the fuck? Like, who said I ain't ate nobody ass now? They're like, oh no, we ain't hear that. We just heard like, we thought y'all was like, y'all was stuck up and y'all was pissy. I said, I am stuck up. So he was like, nah, bro, I was talking to Shawty. She said you was fucking her nigga. I'm like, who the? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who said that? So I'm like, this one bitch who this one bitch who swear like, who called me, there's only one bitch who ever called my phone about no nigga. But, so yeah, I was just minding my business, and I had to hit it, this hoe been speaking my name. Man, about a nigga I ain't fucking in years some change. She just swore, she on the phone telling niggas like, yeah, she was fucking my nigga, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, bitch, no, I wasn't. I ain't know that was your nigga. So what the fuck is you talking about? And I'm like, bitch, why is you even telling niggas that, if I find out a bitch fucked my nigga, I'm not finna tell no niggas that my nigga out here getting fucked. Like, what? Like, so it's like, that's weird as fuck. Why is you telling, like, even if I was fucking your nigga, why is you telling niggas that I was fucking your nigga? It's only one reason why, because you want to say we got some kind of connection, bitch. Like, please, it's weird. But yeah, so that's how that shit came about. She actually DM'd me when she heard it. I'm like, bitch, how the fuck you know this line was about you? I ain't say nobody's name. But she said no, bro. That shit was so funny. She texted me, she was like, listen, bitch. And like, that shit was just so funny. Like, she was like, listen, bitch, I don't like that I'm in the diss and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, girl, bye. Ain't nobody even say your fucking name, but ain't nobody want to fight. Ain't nobody want to fight, child. But that's what it was, child. She mad. I know she mad. I know she mad to hear that song on TikTok. I know she mad. Probably on, child, whatever. But yes.
So talk to us about the video.
The video for Starz, it was really stressful actually, because I shot the video twice. The first version of the video, I was going for this like manic look where I bought all these chains and handcuffs, and I bought like crazy masks and shit. And it was gonna be like an all white background. Like, it wasn't even supposed to be like none of that, like the acting stuff, nothing comical. It was supposed to be straight manic. But the vision, like I shot the video, like I booked the whole studio, paid for the video, everything. And when I just kept watching, I was like, can you fix this? Can you fix that? Like just make it more, give it more life. And we couldn't, like, my vision couldn't get across to the first videographer. So I reached out to Gemini Vision, who shot the real video, and he was like, I was like, can you edit this for me? I sent him the original video. I was like, can you edit this for me? Like, can you just give it life? Like, it was really a stretch though, because I know who Gemini is, and I know his level, the type of shit he do, but I just wanted to see, because he had already reached out to me and told me I was hard. So I'm like, let me just see if the nigga can edit it. I ain't gonna ask him to reshoot it, but he was like, okay, I'm gonna watch it and see. So he watched the video, and he was like, oh no, we gotta reshoot this. So he said, we gotta reshoot this. This is too hard. I'm like, okay, yes. So he was like, he gave me the price. He really looked out. Like, I love Gemini for that. He really looked out. So that's how I know he really believed in me, because I know his level and type of shit he do. But he was like, I'm gonna look out for you. Like, we gonna get this shit done. Like, this a hit. So he did the video, and so I told him, like, well, I do, like, so he was like, so what you thinking? So I'm like, okay, like, I want it to be like, I told him, like, the whole, like, the shit at the beginning of the scene where niggas run up on me and shit like that. And when you see how, like, the part of the video, we still got the white background and the orange jumpsuit, we still incorporated that part, but we needed to give it more life, so we did. We ended up hiring the police officer, you know, my bitches came out, and we just did it, and it was fun.
That's what's going on.
It was fun, yeah.
What about the previous, let's talk about your previous single as well, Poppin. Mm-hmm. Where did the inspiration for that record come from?
Oh, that inspiration for Poppin, it started off as a freestyle as well. You know when Lil Baby had the On Me challenge and he was trying to find a female rapper? I wrote my whole verse to that beat. And then when I heard that the verse was actually hard as fuck, I was like, this might be the time for me to start making a song. So this dude, 20, I got 20 on my beat. He had sent me some beats and stuff. I'm like, so I was just going through my beats to see like what it would fit on, and it fit on the Poppin beat. And I was just like, so I just wrote the verse, and I was sitting in the car, and the studio session was that night, like, and I only had that first verse. And so I was just sitting in the car like struggling. I'm like, come up with a hook, because I never written like a song by myself before. So I came up with the Poppin, hey, Poppin. So that came in, and then I just wrote the second verse. The second verse just came to me after I had the hook. And that was that. Like, I was kind of like, I got a love-hate relationship with Poppin, because I feel like I rapped too fucking fast. Did you hear it? Did you hear it? Like, it was too, I took off on that shit. But yes, that was the inspiration behind it. It started off as a freestyle, and I was just like, the verse was too hard. I gotta make this a song. I gotta make some kind of money off this. This is gonna be good. So this is gonna be good. So yes, that's how that came.
You gotta keep that good shit for yourself.
Exactly. I'm
Real
like, baby,
spill.
you ain't gonna put me on this you ain't gonna put me on the song anyway. He like, fuck it.
So what should we expect from your upcoming project, Kash Talk?
I got some bangers on there. Like, you know, like the way I came out with Starz and the energy I gave, it's like this hard body bitch. But like, I got like a lot of those songs, but I don't want to give them all that, because my song, I want the EP to have 7 to 6 songs. I feel like 7 is a lucky number, but maybe 6, I don't know, but I'm going for 7. But right now I have 4 hard ass songs, and I don't want the album to just be hard shit. I want to give them that versatility now, because I'm not just all that hard. That's just, Starz came out about, because that's how I was feeling. Like, I was just feeling like I was in that mood. But I also do like light R&B. Like, I'm just like real versatile when it comes to like getting on beats and shit. So that's what it is. Like, I'm trying to get the right beats, but motherfuckers, when I drop Starz, everybody send me Lil Baby type beats, the Baby type beats, just all these like beats that sound exactly like Starz. I'm like, y'all think I'm fucking stupid. Like, y'all just everybody want the next Starz so they can say they produced that shit. But no, like, I need some like different shit. Like, I don't want to sound like nobody else, but that's what a lot of people, because Starz, it was just like the beat wasn't that complex. It was just the chains that set it apart from everything. But that 808, I want good shit. But I do got some hard ass songs on there though, because that's who I am. That's the side of who I am. But I want to get them like, I don't know, like shit so they won't box me in too early. So then when I do try to branch out, it's like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to do that shit now, do what I want to do now, and not just get them what I think they want to hear. So that's really my dilemma. I'm trying to get them right beats. But I have 4 hard ass songs that I know are some bangers. But yeah.
That's what's going on.
Kash Talk, yeah.
So what is it that you would say that you want listeners to take from your music? You know what I mean? Like, what is it that you want people to leave with after they turn off Kash Kyla?
I want them to feel if somebody turn like Starz, like when I hear Starz, I want them to replay that shit back. And that's really my thing, like I want them to replay that shit back, like hold on, cause I miss some shit. Like when I play my music for people, like when I see people first reaction, they face be like they ain't never heard that shit before. So it's like, I want them to I want my shit to be relatable, cause that's what I'm like. I won't make up no shit I won't make up no shit so I can relate to nobody, but I try to be as human as possible on my beats. Oh, you know what I'm saying, when I rap, so motherfuckers can know like shit is just real and raw. But definitely what I want them to take away is like confidence, like just like I'm that bitch, like you know, like I want them to feel that way too though. Like I feel that way, like when I rap I feel that way. Like sometimes when I'm in my room I gotta put my lashes on, I gotta put my tooth in, cause shit don't be, when I'm trying to rap like a bad bitch and I don't feel like one, it's just like, okay, but let's get in that mode. But yeah, definitely I want them for real, I want them to feel like I don't want nobody to feel depressed, you know? Yeah. Like I want motherfuckers to feel good when they hear my shit, like it's that time, like I'm alive.
That's real.
That's good. Yeah, I'm alive. Yeah.
I know earlier you had said that you're not signed, so I know a couple labels reaching out.
Yeah. Actually a lot of labels reaching out, like a lot of labels, and they really and that's what shocked me too, cause like Starz, I knew it was gonna be the one. Everybody, when I played it before everybody, they knew I was the one. Like the dude who I had a dude in my studio session, he sat in the session while I recorded Starz, he was like, oh yeah, I want to sign her. Like just because he heard the process I went through with Starz, I was beating on the table, showing him how I wanted to beat to go. I was real interactive with it. But a lot of labels have reached out, mostly major labels. I've probably talked to every major label except Def Jam, Rock Nation. So many people reached out, man. That's this shit scary. I'm like, bro, this is my first song. So it's like, what the fuck? Y'all trying to get me quick. Y'all trying to get me too quick. What the fuck? Big ass labels Universal, Republic. Bruh, I can't say, you know what I'm saying? I can't say too much, but those big ass labels reached out. I'm like, what the fuck? I got flew out a few times to meet their teams and shit like that. But yeah. I'm ready to sign though, I ain't going for anything though. I'm not signing anything just because y'all big. I'm not stupid. But yes,
What's the most important thing that you want from your music career?
From my music career, it's that inspiration and influence. Cause I want to inspire people to girls who grew up like me, cause eventually my whole story is gonna be told. Cause I'm finna already start my documentary, cause I know this shit finna go. Finna go. I know, so I'm trying to look for a videographer already. But I just want people to just know this shit can happen. Just coming from where I came from, I was not always this confident. I wouldn't but you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't always this confident, but I want girls to take that away and just know you can feel that way. You know what I'm saying? This shit is just all a fucking illusion. You that bitch, if you say you that bitch, you that bitch. That's just what it is. Actually, I take that back. You actually have to be, you know what I mean though? But you gotta be some bitches don't be that bitch. It's it don't give, but come on now. But yes, I just want people to be inspired that they could do shit. They could pop shit, for real. And I want just by being myself though. I want people to, that's my biggest inspiration, is for people to make people happy with doing what makes me happy and not trying to pretend to be with being genuinely me and not trying to give the same effect that another artist gives somebody. I want to be myself so I can attract those people who need to be there. Not no people me pretending to be somebody, and then when I start being myself, motherfuckers you know what I'm saying? I want to be real genuine from the jump, so shit can hit. Right. So shit can hit hard.
So besides music, what's some of the other things you're working on right now?
Besides music, I feel like music is really all my thing, all I'm focused on now. But as far as in the future, I know I want to start doing clothes, but I don't want to just no regular ass clothes. I'm not finna just order some shit from China and iron some shit on. I really like to design shit, so I want to get that going sooner than later. But as far as music, I feel music is the only thing. Music. I knew I want to start a YouTube channel. I need to get more active on social media, shit like that. But it's really music is my main focus right now.
That's real.
Definitely.
Any last words and shout outs?
Shout out to my bitches, Toot, Badass, I Shine the Realest, all my bitches, Tiana, Jazz, Ari, Kaya, Renaya, shout out to my mama, you the realest, Who else? Shout out to my manager, Joe. Shout out to Charlotte, my motherfucking city. Shout out to all my fans, my supporters. Who else? Shout out to everybody. Everybody who fuck with Cash. Who else? Yeah, shout out to everybody.
For sure, man.
Shout out to my bitches.
Kash Kyla, we appreciate having you on the porch with us today. So.
Thank you.
If 50 Cent wasn't making TV shows, these niggas wouldn't know how to be gangster. Free all of my niggas who locked in them chains and free all of my niggas with blocks on their ankles. The only reason that bitch ain't get hit up cause